Don't let them dictate your passion. Don't let them dictate what you want to chase down in your life. And whatever that is.
Let's go. There's not a man that I fear. There's nobody here that can stop me. Cause I'm in a league of my own, yeah. Y'all can just sit back and watch me. They know who I am, they can't imitate.
So I've hit start and stop on this camera like 3 or 4 times. And I've had these little intros and these things that I want to talk about, and I'm just sitting here in my truck like nervous, scared, wondering what people will think of me. And quite honestly, it's none of my business what you think of me. And I think most people go through life wondering what others are thinking about them. And I hate to say it, but no one cares what you're doing in your life. They might comment about it. They might have some shitty remark, or they might have some, something that, was negative to say about it. But honestly, they've got their own problems. They've got their own life to live. And when I hit record on this camera 3 or 4 times, I'm hesitant about delivering my story, my message, or the things that I want to share on the internet. And the reason is because there's voices in my head. And I'm not talking about 3 or 4 different people in my head all having this conversation, but the voices in my head are of memories of people who had told me in the past to not do something. They discouraged me. They influenced me for many, many years. And I think many people who are hesitant about starting this journey often find that these voices, these influences in their world have dictated what they want to do in their life. And I'm so mad at myself because I've given those voices strength. I have decided to listen to outsiders who have not accomplished the things that I want to accomplish and allowed them to dictate what I'm going to do in my life. And that frustrates the hell out of me. And I don't know if it's, it was youth, it was inexperience, if it was lack of confidence. But as I'm getting older in this world, maybe I'm getting a little wiser. And maybe being a little wiser has given me strength to share my message. Now, one of these voices often chime into my head, and the thing I think about the most is the statement that had been said to me thousands of times. No one likes someone that brags. And I started analyzing that. And I started thinking about, the people who had said it to me over and over and over in life. And I wondered, are those same people in the place that they wish they could be in? They're probably not. They're probably trying to influence me to keep the negativity around, to be able to keep, like-minded people in unison, that sheep, that herd mentality. And I started analyzing it, and I started wondering why I was giving these external influences a voice. And it's because at one point in time, I respected their voice. I respected their voice. I respected what they had to say. And as you get a little older, as you get a little wiser, you realize that those people are they're not accurate in their statements. Everyone I see, succeeding in life are telling their story. And part of that story is bragging. And not bragging in the sense of putting others down, but bragging in the sense of telling your story. And oftentimes I struggle with telling my story because of these outside influences, these voices in my head telling me not to do something. And as I sit here in a Walmart parking lot waiting for my wife and son to get back from the grocery store, I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant to share my story. And I think it's a disservice. I think it's a disservice for me not to brag, for me not to explain what has gone on in my life, have taken the things that I've learned and put it in front of a camera and explain and talk about it, because I think others can learn from it. So why would I let outside influences dictate the message that I want to share with people? Because I'm fearful with being and sounding like I'm bragging. Because honestly, I'm just telling my story. And I think my story is pretty interesting. And I think what I have to say is pretty remarkable. Because I believe that God has put me on this planet to help influence you into making better decisions. Influencing you to chase the things that you actually want to chase. And I'm going to give you an example. I have a friend who did something outside the norm. They did something that is not their path. Okay? At least what everyone thought this individual's path was. And I'm not going to share who they are and what they shared, but they did something that I thought was really fucking cool. I thought it was so unique. It was something that in my youth, in my younger age, my young adult age of 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, I wish I had the courage to do. I had attempted it, but I was always met with small amounts of failure and voices that influenced me to make the decision to just kind of go with the norm. But this individual had recorded an album, and that particular album is remarkable. And is it going to be the next Grammy Top 100 hit or whatever it is? I have no idea. I have no idea, because I'm just not in that genre, and I don't have any experience. I'm not an expert in that field. And this individual, my friend, and let's call him, I don't know, let's call him Kyle. Kyle sends me a message. Hey, I just released my album. And it was something that he had talked about for the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months since, he and I had been, having this conversation about this album. And I told him, I go, listen, done is better than perfect. You getting the first one out there is so important. And it's not important to, get feedback, or it's important to, to make record sales or make money or create a business or whatever the outside, people are looking in as maybe his, ambition or maybe his goals for this project. But the goal was to get it done, get it out there in the world and share what you're passionate about. And this individual, Kyle, ended up releasing it. And I was so proud of him. But there was something that kind of angered me. It kind of frustrated me. Because once he shared the album with me, I started listening to it, and I thought it was pretty good. I asked him, hey, can I use it on some of our videos? Some of our travel content that we make with the Adventurous 3. And he's like, absolutely, that'd be great. And then he made a comment to me. He goes, I would love your feedback so that I know what to create next time for what people will enjoy. And it immediately just irked me. Because who am I? I'm not an expert in how to create a record. I'm not an expert in that genre of music. Why would you give me any clout? Why would you give me any voice to dictate to what you produce? So I advised him in this sense. I said, listen, keep creating the things that you love. Because the things that you love creating, it's never going to turn into a job. It's a passion. It's something that you're passionate about. Create the stuff that you love. And I can only speak from experience because I had this dream. I had this idea of creating snowboard videos. I love to snowboard. I love documenting our process of going up to the top of the mountain, going off these crazy jumps, doing these crazy tricks, hitting these big old kickers, hitting rails. And I document this journey on this old school, I think it was an Olympus point and shoot camera that was just horrible footage. The audio sucked, but it was there. And I got this new laptop and I put all this footage on there and I added music and all these transitions, and I built this hit list of cool jumps and pretty cool experiences. And this is back when vlogs and YouTube wasn't even around yet. I think it was 2004, 2005 when I first made my very first. And keep in mind, like, the computer I had iMovie, and you created this movie on iMovie on a MacBook, and then you had to burn it to a disc, like an actual DVD, and then you could share it with people. So I was so proud of this. I would show people, and people were like, yeah, it's not really that good. It's not, what are you gonna try and make this a business? Like, this isn't really, I mean, it's kind of shitty video. Like, it's not, music sucks. And so I made a couple more videos, and people just didn't seem like they enjoyed them. So I stopped making them. But I loved what I made. I loved those earlier videos. They were so much fun. And I look back on that time, and I was influenced by outside people who they weren't passionate about what I was passionate about. So why did I give them a voice? Like, I gave them such a powerful voice in my head. And it's because I was just not at a place where I didn't have the wisdom. I didn't have the wisdom that I'm sharing here with you today. And that wisdom is, do not listen to people who you do not idolize. Do not give them a voice. Do not give them any power in the direction of your passion. I was passionate about making videos. I was passionate about chasing, down this experience. And I gave up all that. And now, 15, 17, 18, 20 years later, what am I doing? I built businesses to be able to give me the time and freedom to make movies, to make short videos, and now we get to post them up on YouTube. Like this video, I get to sit here in my truck waiting for my wife, and I get the opportunity to share with you a message that has just been weighing down on me. But I'm able to share it, and now, for whatever reason, the age and the wisdom, it's my opportunity. So I would encourage anyone at all, do not let those voices inside your head, those outside voices that have influenced you for years, dictate your path. Don't let them dictate your passion. Don't let them dictate what you want to chase down in your life. And whatever that is, it could be, solving world hunger. If that's what you're passionate about, do it. The world would be a better place. If you want to make cool videos, or if you want to create a lawn service company, or if you want to build a, art studio and rent it out to other artists, like-minded people, do it. Chase that passion. And don't let the outside sources, don't let the voices influence your passion. Don't let the outside voices choose the direction your life is going to go, because life is so short. And it took me years to figure this out. And one thing, and I'll leave you with this. You need to give your own voice a choice. You have to choose the message. You have to choose the passion. You have to choose the direction of your life. Because at the end of the day, no one else cares. No one gives a crap. They've got their own problems. They've got their own worries. They're not worried about you. If you come to them and ask for their influence, they're going to give it to you because you asked it to them. But the people that you need to actually listen to are the people in that camp, that community, the people who are chasing down the things that you want to chase, the passions that you have. If I had gone back in, 15, 16, 18 years ago, when I created these very first snowboarding videos, if I would have taken them to another snowboard creator or a ski creator or another creator, video creator, and showed it to them and gotten their opinion, man, that voice would have been way stronger. And it might have helped me keep me in a direction of chasing down one of my passions, chasing adventure. And now I sit here in a Walmart parking lot talking to you, encouraging you to chase down your dreams, chase down your wants, and do not give the people that are not experts in the thing that you're passionate about a voice. Okay, I need you to choose the voice that you're going to listen to are experts in that field, and the voice in your head. Okay, your encouragement. Take the thing that is just burning inside your gut that you're passionate about, you want to chase down, go do that. Because for whatever reason, as long as your intentions are good, you're not going to have any problem being successful. Now, you might have a lot of failures. I've started 3 or 4 YouTube channels. About 3 or 4 of them are dead. They died. It's because I gave up on my passion. I gave up on the things that I wanted to create. And I let outside voices influence me. Let experts, okay, and the thing that you're passionate about influence you. But most importantly, listen to yourself. Listen to what your gut says. Listen to the thing that you're passionate about. And I'll leave with you. I'll leave you with that. Now, if this has influenced you at all to chase the dreams, wants, or desires you might have, I've written a free guide. Okay, it's a free guide. I'll leave the link below. It's what I call 6 steps to get whatever you want out of life. And these are the 6 steps that I use to chase down my real estate dreams, to give me the freedom to be able to create and be able to tell my story, to be able to brag. It's absolutely free. There's 6 actionable steps and even a little secret step at the very end that will absolutely shock you. Follow the link below. All you got to do is just share your email so I know where to send it to. And that's all you got to do. So I encourage you to take action, chase your passion, and listen to the voice inside your head. Because that's the one that's going to direct you in the best direction possible. Not the outside influences, not the people that have influenced you for years, but those voices who are about encouraging you to chase those passions, the things that are just boiling inside you to get out. And that's my challenge to you today. Cheers.
Let's go. There's not a man that I fear. There's nobody here that can stop me. Cause I'm in a league of my own, yeah. Y'all can just sit back and watch me. They know who I am, they can't imitate.